I'm huge. Wow. Just yeah, I've made myself a little bit smaller, obviously. But hi, how are you guys? I yeah, I'm really happy that we're doing singing Saturdays again. Because even though I was basically sick, and every single time I missed one, I just felt so bad. So I'm very glad that we can, you know, get back into the groove of doing things again. You know? Okay? I'm gonna get right to it because I am an impatient person, inherently. Even if I am patient, I'm impatient. So, yeah, I think part of that makes me mm, very happy. It does. So yeah, basically all I'm saying is we are gonna get right to the music section of things, and yeah, I always like, I do really enjoy singing like an insane amount, which is why I like to do it so much. So yeah. Anyways, we have a bunch of songs on the set list. You guys should be able to see it, right? I also have Idol YOASOBI because I haven't really made up for my um the first time I tried to sing it on stream and like kind of did pretty badly, in my opinion. So I wanted to sort of make up for that finally by remembering about the fact that I can sing it on stream. Like for Loki, for some reason, I sort of forgot about that. And this whole time, hi! This whole time, all I've been doing is going back and forth with that song, thinking, should I cover it or not? The answer was, I'm not gonna cover it. There exist way too many idol covers, but I can sing it once on stream and call it a day, you know? Anyways, my first song today is Payphone by Maroon 5. It's a very old song now that I think about it, but it's a well loved one, okay? So let us begin. At a payphone trying to go home, all of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's so wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? Yeah, I know it's hard to remember people we used to be. It's even harder to picture that you're not here next to me. But you say it's too late to make it, but is it too late to try? And in our time that you wasted, all of our bridges burned down. I've wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to go home, all of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's so wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, I would still be holding you like this. All those fairy tales are full of shit. One more stupid love song, I'll be sick. Oh, you turned your back on tomorrow, 'cause you forgot yesterday. Gave you my love to borrow, but you just gave it away. You can't expect me to be fine, I don't expect you to care. No, I said it before, but all of our bridges burned down. I've wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to go baby, don't hang up so I can tell you what you need to know. Baby, I'm begging you, just please don't go, so I can tell you what you need to know. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, I would still be holding you like this. All those fairy tales are full of shit. One more stupid love song, I'll be sick. Now I'm at a payphone. Oh my gosh, I got really into it at the end and my eyes started tearing up, and I don't know if it's because I was squinting at the screen so hard or if it's just because I really got in the feels, you know? Either way, I think it's really funny that that happened. You know, for going back to singing songs like after a while, this feels pretty good. I picked like easy-ish songs because I didn't want to stress my throat out after basically 2-ish weeks of not really doing singing Saturdays. Gotta take extra care of my moneymaker, you know? Which is frankly, funnily enough, not my face. Although I think my face can qualify. Would you guys agree? I'm too cute to not be loved by people. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the first song. Honestly, I haven't sung Payphone in like literally years, like properly. I think like every once in a while I sing it just for fun, but like it's been a while since I sung it seriously with the intention of displaying it somewhere. I feel good about that. It's an old song and I really love that song. I don't know why, but there's this. Okay, so you guys know that Maroon 5 song called Maps, right? It's like, I like Maps more than I've ever liked Payphone. But I never sing Maps for some inane reason, but I sing Payphone more. Why? Because Payphone is easy to sing. Maps is also easy to sing. It's just that there's this one specific cover version of the song that I really like to emulate. If you guys have never heard of the cover version of Maps by KHS, Kurt Hugo Schneider, one of my favorite cover channels ever, even though they still, like, Kurt also, like, you know, they have their own original music as well, but, like, the covers are literally so well thought out, and I've never been interested in putting that much thought in a cover, so, like, me watching them is just me admiring, like, the thought process behind every single, like, little element that they decide to use for their covers, because, like, damn, it's, all of it is so good. But yeah, there's this one cover of Maps that they did like so long ago, which is basically my first introduction to the song itself, which like kind of made me think like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna hear Maps the same way again, because the cover version low-key, not even low-key, high-key sounds better than the actual original. So no, you guys should go check that one out as well whenever you have time. Somebody needs to remind me to write all of these like recommendations I say down so that I can like have them compiled in a list and like share them with people. Like, here you go. These are all the random shit things that I talked about today. And you should go look at all of them because yes. Anyways, let's move on to the next song, which is Love Story by Taylor Swift. I honestly don't remember if I've sung this on stream or not. But I do love the song, so, you know, naturally, 당연하지. We were both young when I first saw you. I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there on a balcony in summer air. See the lights, see the party, the ball gowns. See you make your way through the crowd and say hello. Little did I say you were Romeo, you were throwing pebbles, and my daddy said stay away from Juliet, and I was crying on the staircase, begging you please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. So I sneak out to the garden to see you. We keep quiet cause we're dead if they knew. So close your eyes, escape this town for a little while. Cause you were Romeo, I was a scarlet letter, and my daddy said stay away from Juliet, but you were everything to me. I was begging you please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Romeo, save me, they're trying to tell me how to feel. This love is difficult, but it's a real. Don't be afraid, we'll make it out of this mess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. I got tired of waiting, wondering if you were ever coming around. Faith in you was fading when I met you on the outskirts of town. And I said, Romeo, take me, I've been feeling so alone. I keep waiting for you, but you never come. Is this in my head? I don't know what to think. He knelt to the ground and pulled out a ring and said, marry me, Juliet, you'll never have to be alone. I love you and that's all I really know. I talked to your dad, go pick out a white dress. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Cause we were both young when I first saw you. Indeed, it is hooray for kids singing Saturdays. I love how you're calling them karaoke Saturdays, though, Soleil. Like, I genuinely appreciate that because half of it is just me karaokeing. Like, if I'm lazy, I won't download the tracks. If I'm making more of an effort than normal, then I will download the track. You know, more incentives to make covers together. Discord may suck, but covers will never suck. So, so, what do you say, Soleil? we already agreed to stuff about covers, but you know, I'm just saying, but covers are effort. Well, you just have to sing. I'll do the rest. See, I'm such a good friend. I really am. Every time you hear your recorded voice, you die inside. Oh no. Oh no. I can only give you hugs. Please don't die. We have much to do together, okay? We have much to do together recently. Also, this is like really random, but before I was warming up for the for singing, right? So like just before the stream started, like I was warming up, and then I started the stream while I was warming up. And so here I am like trying to warm up while also typing out the stream start like ping message that I put in, and it is surprisingly hard to do that. Context is I use a Soviet straw to warm up. SOVT straw. If you guys don't know what that is, wait, let me explain. I'm gonna have to look it up again because I forget what it's called every single time. But basically, it's called semi-occluded vocal tract. Like it's basically a straw that helps like give you resistance in your like larynx and helps like open up your throat and shit, and just makes it overall easier for you to have like better control and sing better and whatever. And normally, right, whenever I'm like doing like a quick warm up with this Soviet straw that I have, also I spent a pretty penny on that one. Like I recently saw a better version of the one that I had, but it's so expensive. I'm like, should I buy it or not? Like, I can make do with the one that I have, obviously. But the one that I saw, it looked so like nice. It looked so I want it. Plain and simple is I want it because it looks better than the one that I have, even though I like the one that I have, I bought it like a few years ago, like I think 2018 or 19. So I've been using it for a while. But I don't think I'm ready for an upgrade because I feel like I haven't like harnessed the full potential of the one that I do have. My point being when I mentioned this is because the straw was in my mouth while I was trying to write this like stream ping message, right? The straw is literally slipping off my lips because I normally you're supposed to be holding it while you're like performing your vocal warm-ups and shit, right? And I'm just like precariously have it like clutched between my lips as if, and it was totally gonna fall, and then I had to like put it down for a second so I could type the message, and I put it back like, you know, like I like held it after I was done typing the message, and I was like doing my little warm-up, and then I gave up halfway through the warm-up, even though my warm-up for like today was just like 5 minutes. You'll be like, oh my gosh, Mew, why would you do that? It's because I was like, I feel warmed up enough. It's not every day that you think that you're warmed up enough, you know. But you know some people have said you can never warm up too much, which I don't know what that means. How long of a warm up do other people do? Because as far as I know, most people do like 5 to 10 minutes. All the people I know and all the people like who I like look up to or like follow guidelines like, for their like warm up sessions or whatever. I've never heard of somebody doing like an hour long or like a half an hour long warm up. So I'm like not completely sure if that's a thing. I've heard of people doing like 20-minute warm ups if they're feeling like really like not warmed up at all. I like to sing like songs for warm up, but if I'm doing like a proper warm up, then I like pull out my straw and like play my warm up tracks, and yeah. If you're like going for a very long performance, like say an hour or two, then I think you should do like a longer warm up, depending on, you know, how much you think your voice can handle, you know? For me, I've always done like my like most warm up was like a 15-minute one that I did once. And like the middle ground is I like most of the time I do these 8-minute long warm ups. So today I was going for a 5-minute one that I gave up on like after my first warm up exercise was done, because I was just like, you know what? Actually though, I really do feel warmed up enough. So I was just like, it's fine. We're just gonna start singing. And I was mostly right. I don't feel any tension in my throat, so that's fantastic, you know? It's so every single time I like do a warm up, right? I like to like compare to like my previous warm up experiences. Like not every single day though, although I should probably warm up every single day. I'm just like really a slacker. Because like because I'm like talking almost every single day for like long periods of time, and I like recently, like when I was like doing some research about something related to music, I came across this video that was just about like, oh, like if you're gonna be talking for an extended period of time, like every single day or like every other day, or it's like basically your job, you should take care of your throat more. And I'm like, I do take care of my throat, but maybe I abuse it a little more than I should. And so I was like, maybe I should warm up every single time before I stream, you know, like just as a little like refresher for my throat to be like chill the fuck out. But the thing is, I got really good at yelling like healthily. Like I used to practice how to yell like in a healthy way so that it doesn't hurt your voice. And I have the bad habit of talking like for extended periods of time, even off stream, like even in my normal life. I can sit for like 2 hours straight and just talk. And no one stops me for some reason, and I don't get it. But like, I guess if that's what they want, then I shall deliver. There was this one time where I spent 6 hours on a call with my friends, and most of the time I was the only one talking. They were just listening and like replying on text. And for 6 hours straight, no preparation, no thinking. I was just like talking. And I started singing in the middle for like an hour straight. And I kept talking, and it just kind of went on like that. And that was kind of insane of me. Like, I imagined that there must be something wrong with my brain to do that, but like, I've never felt like it's a problem for me specifically to talk for long periods of time without like having any warm-ups and stuff. But I'm pretty hydrated through most of it. So at least I'm not going through like, like, you know, like at least I don't have the problem of like my throat is dry, I'm gonna keep coughing in the middle. Plus, after like letting my body actually recover this week, because I started like, I cannot even explain how like annoyed I was when I got sick again after being sick like literally a week ago, and then I got sick again, and then I'm like, I literally cannot do this. I don't like being sick. I've never liked being sick. I had to take like medicine for cold for like, I was taking it up until 2 days ago as well, so I was just being really extra safe, but we're past that now. We're better now, and we're doing well, indeed. I shall move on to the next song before I keep rambling about warming up, because that's a very long conversation. Everyone does it differently too. I just like to follow the video that I've always followed, like, there's just tracks, like it's just tracks with the metronome and like the piano backing, so I can like warm up to it. That's the video entirely. That's it. I say video, but it's more like just an audio track. It's so funny that like the video version exists, and I just go and watch that because it's low-key more convenient. Makes me feel like, oh, I'm so focused and like, wow, I'm doing this for a purpose. So yeah, the next song is Wish You Were Here by Avril Lavigne. Yeah. See, I really like her music, and recently she released a new song with All Time Low, which if you guys haven't heard, you guys should go and hear it, because it's a nice song. It's very like angry, kind of, but like in a good way. Like it's a angry you can jam out to angry, not an angry I'm scared of you angry. No? But yeah. Song time. Can be tough, I can be strong, but with you, not like that at all. There's a girl that gives a shit behind this wall. You just walk through it. And I remember all those crazy things you said. You left them running through my head. You're always there, you're everywhere. But right now I wish you were here. All those crazy things we didn't think about it, just went with it. You're always there, you're everywhere. But right now I wish you were here. Damn, 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 what I do to have you here, here, here. I wish you were here. Damn, 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 what I do to have you near, near, near. I wish you were here. I love the way you are. It's who I am. Don't have to try hard. We always say like it is. And the truth wish you were here. Damn, damn, damn. What I'd do to have you here, here, here. I wish you were here. Damn, damn, damn. What I'd do to have you near, near, near. I wish you were here. No, I don't wanna let go. I just wanna let you know that I never wanna let go, let go, let go. Oh, oh, no, I don't wanna let go. I just wanna let you know that I never wanna let go, let go, let go, let go. Damn, damn, damn. What I'd do to have you here, here, here. I wish you were here. Damn, damn, damn. What I'd do to have you here, here, here. I wish you were here. Damn, damn, damn. What I'd do to have you here, here, here. I wish you were here. Damn, damn, damn. What I'd do to have you near, here, here. I wish you were here. Yeah, Hex is in the call. Oh my gosh. That did not surprise me as much as I'd like for it to surprise me. But guess what? But guess what? But guess what? But guess what, you guys? I think what is most important to discuss about this song is I'm not gonna lie, I was like obsessed with it for a very long period of time. It was like the soundtrack to a specific book series I read. So whenever I listen to this song or sing this song, and consequently, it's a book series I don't like because I think it's a really badly written book series and I don't know why I was obsessed with it or why I wanted to, like, I basically reread that book series at least 50 times. And I kid you not, like, I genuinely mean at least 50 times. And how do I know that it was at least 50 times? Don't ask me. I didn't keep count, but I clearly needed help. And this was the soundtrack to me reading the book series for like the second or third time. And it sort of like reflected my feelings about it for a while before I was just like, wow, this is terrible. I hate this book series so much. Why does the author keep like making it worse? Because the premise of the book series was really good, okay? The premise of the book series, like the idea was so good and the execution just sort of fell through so hard by the third book that I was just like, I give up. The first two books were so good and I genuinely love them even now, except now I just hate the main character, so I can't like sympathize with her at all. But I remember listening to this song like on repeat in the middle of the night while reading the specific like this book series, the first two books I remember. And see, the premise of the book is the world's ending, and then basically all like these alien species, I say alien but they're just as human as us apparently. I don't believe that, but who am I to decide what the author wants or doesn't, you know? Like also like to preface this, there's no fan fiction about that book series. There's there's no fan art, and all the fan art I've seen is like basically kids scribbling. And I also preface this by saying the fandom is just full of people over the age of 50. I'm not kidding about that, by the way. Every single time I've attended a fan event for that specific book series, it's always people who are way older than me. There's barely any like young people, and the people that I do know that are kind of young are all like over the age of 30, and I'm like, am I in the right? Like, it's a freaking teen fiction novel, okay? It's supposed to be teen fiction. I read it when I was like 13. So I don't understand why like most of the fans are just grandmas. Like from that time, since I've been 13, like a good 7-8 years ago, it's still been grandmas. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because like the first two books are basically the protagonist. I'm like giving major spoilers, but I'm never gonna say the name of this book series. I've like ranted about it many times to people I know and on stream sometimes, but like I'm never gonna tell you guys the name of this book series. I do not want to pollute the world. I don't want it to get famous. I don't want it to have more content surrounding it, because not only is the author terrible at her job, but she just made an impromptu decision to write, and I say this with like all the love in my heart, which I have none of for this book anymore. So the main characters, one of them is like basically 18 by the time that you see the book ends. So like she was 16 when the book started. The book series started, and she was like 18 by the time the book series ended. And by that time, she'd already gotten married, had already gotten pregnant. And I'm only saying this because the male interest, the main love interest, who she ends up married to, is like at least 4 years older than her, if not more. So my brain cannot comprehend. The first two books were not like, the first two books didn't really have much like interaction between the main love interest and the the main character, so I didn't really care about it as much. But from the third book onwards, they sort of like amp up the sort of PG-13 vibes of it. And right now, the most recent news I have, and the only reason I'm following it so I can every once in a while be angry about something, specifically this book series. And see, most recently, the author started up a Patreon which has like basically chapters of her 18 plus book with the main character and the main love interest, basically their married life. And I say 18 plus because it's supposed to be full of smut. I don't know who's paying her actual money to see this with two, and I mean it nicely, kids. Apparently, these 50-year-old grandmas were really interested in this, and I do not understand. But like, I guess you do you. I'm not interested. I just really want out, but I'm in too deep to leave now, okay? But yeah, they had like conventions, like they were all online conventions, and they were like really badly organized as well. And I attended the like last year's and this year's. And I remember this year I only attended one panel, which was yes, it's that book series. See, Hex knows about it. That's how many times I've talked about it. Like I talk about it so much, it should be like in a guidebook to Mew. She's gonna talk about this specific book series every once in a while. It's just gonna be rage, because everything that happens in this like in the sequence of events just keeps getting worse. I'm not even lying, but recently I got an email from the author, right? It's one of those like mass emails that get sent out to all the people who are like in some group or whatever, right? I'm not in a Facebook group. Yeah, I know she has a Facebook group. I like, no one uses Facebook anymore except for the 50-year-old grandmas, because they're all in her fandom. I genuinely kid you not, like her entire team is just 50-year-old people, older than 50. They were probably 50 when I was like 7 years ago, so they must be at least over the age of 50 by now. I think there's one 30-year-old or 32-year-old, and the only reason I know that because the last year when I attended the convention, it was right smack dang in the middle of my midterm week as well. But I was like, you know what, I need to attend this. I need to have closure in my life, right? That's why I was like, I'm gonna attend it. And I regretted it instantly because I just attended like one event, one panel. It wasn't, the author wasn't even there. And then I decided I'm never gonna attend anything of this specific fan group. And then I attended it again this year. But that's just because I was tempted to hear what the hell exactly the author planned for her 18 plus 18 plus novel depicting the relationship between the main character and the main love interest, okay? I'm not joking when I say I was horrified, because half of that entire panel was just her talking about how like it's not going to be dark romance. And I was like, we are aware. I am well aware, but like, she has two novellas of the main love interest point of view,
And the second one, and I say this with love. Again, I don't have love for the series anymore, but I say this with love. This part is like really hilarious. The second one, the second novella, which is basically like the entirety of like it's like specific moments from the novels, like the first book series, that are like explained with the male love interest point of view. And half of it is just him being like a complete and utter pervert and creep. Like he's just like, she's so fragile and she's so innocent and she needs like my help and she needs to depend on me and I feel like I can break her, and I'm just like, why am I reading this? I want to stop. I remember after reading it, I called one of my friends and just like immediately went, I'm disgusted, but also like, why did the author write this? What was the intention? Because the entirety of the book series, the love interest is like the nicest, goodest man ever, right? Like the most respectful, the like, you know, he's a prince, so he's like really gentlemanly and he's like really nice and whatever, and he cares about the main character. And then in his POV, he's just like yandere, and I'm like, this the two-facedness like threw me off so hard that I just couldn't, like, I was just like, I did not need to know this. And you know, like, I totally theorized it. Like, I was like, you know, this character's gonna be fucked in the head, but like, why would I need to see it? Why would I need, like, I didn't want to like have my theories and shit proven. Okay, I was very smug about it after. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so right. But like, I'm not smug. I felt like, I was like, why did I even think of this? Why did I even read this? Why did I spend money on this? Bye, Alicia. Bye bye. Have a good dinner. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about this. This makes me very... Yeah. It makes me very... Yeah. I'm gonna sing the next song. I'm singing Idol. Finally. Properly. If I mess up the pronunciation though, forgive me. So, yeah.無敵の笑顔だらけメディア知りたいその秘密ミステリア抜けてるとこさえ彼女のエリア完璧で嘘つきな君は天才的な愛と様今日何食べた好きな方は遊びに行くならどこに行くの何も食べてないそれは内緒何を聞かれてものらりくらりそう淡々とだけどさんさんと味噌で見えない秘密は蜜の味あれもないこれもない好きなタイプは相手はさ答えて誰かを好きになることなんて私わからなくてさ嘘か本当か知れないそんな言葉にまた一人落ちるまた好きにさせる誰もが目奪われてく君は完璧で究極の愛の金輪さえ現れない一番星の生まれ変わりああその笑顔で愛してるで誰も彼も虜にしていくその瞳がその言葉が嘘でもそれは完全な愛はいあの子は特別です我々は花からおまけですお星様の引き立て役 B です全てがあの歌のおかげなわけないシャラクさえ妬み嫉妬なんてないわけがないこれはネタじゃない彼こそ許せない完璧じゃない君じゃ許せない自分は許せない誰よりも熱い君以外は認めない誰もが信じあがめてるまさに説教で無敵の愛ら弱点なんて見当たらない一番星と知ってる弱いとこなんて見せちゃダメ知りたくないそこは見せずに唯一無二じゃなくちゃいやそれこそ本物の愛得意の笑顔で沸かすメディア隠しきるこの秘密だけは愛してるって嘘で済むかいやそれこそ私なりの愛だ流れる汗もけれなアクアルビーを隠したこのまぶた歌い踊りも私はマリアそう嘘はとびきりの愛だ 誰かに愛されたことも誰かのこと愛したこともないそんな私の嘘がいつか本当になること信じてるいつかきっと全部手に入れる私はそう欲張りの愛ると信頼でみんなのことちゃんと愛したいから今日も嘘はつくのこの言葉がいつか本当になる日を願ってそれでもまだ君と君にだけは言えずにだけどあやっと言えたこれは絶対嘘じゃない愛してるSee, I probably messed up more times than I can count, but genuinely, this song makes my head hurt. It's like, I kid you not, that was just like one stretch span, like a straight up month that I spent not only trying to learn it but trying to cover it, and then I gave up because it was just not doing what I wanted it to, and so I was just like, it's a good song, but it's just not for me, you know? I don't think I can cover it or sing it to the point where it matches up to anything the original musicians have done, or even make it my own, just because it's just not something I'm comfortable with. Even after trying to sing it like 1,000 times, basically. I'm glad you did. It was mostly for you. I sang it mostly for you, so. When I was looking through, like, when I was trying to, like, make my little playlist for this week's Singing Saturday, and I was like, I'm glad you were able to make it in time as well. And I was looking through, like, the song recs thread for, right? Like, I was looking at the thread and I went up all the way to the beginning to check off how many songs that I'd actually sung. And now if somebody scrolls up all the way to the beginning, they'll see like a little check mark reaction to all the songs that I've done, because I was like obsessively doing it. Because I was like, I need to check how many songs have I done. I don't remember anymore. And then I went and did basically like added a check mark to everything. So it suddenly got really warm in my room and I have no idea why. But I'm gonna blame my aircon because it's acting up. You know, something happened to my aircon's remote and I basically broke the remote accidentally, okay? I got really frustrated and I kept like trying to use it, and then I like in a fit of basically annoyance, I like sort of slammed it down on my bed, but it flew off my bed and the screen broke. Like completely just shattered inside. The screen outside is fine, but the screen inside is gone. So that basically means my aircon's remote doesn't work, right? But me and my mom have the same exact model with the same exact the same exact model of the remote as well. So I go and borrow my mom's remote. And guess what, you guys? That remote doesn't work on my aircon as well. So I was like, okay, you know what? It's probably not the remote that's at fault at this point. It's probably just the aircon itself. And I've been procrastinating on calling the technician from like the thing to fix it, because I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have to like wait on hold for like forever, because it's like that, just like that. Hi Lee, how are you? It's just like I'm so lazy about it, and like my mom has been telling me to get a new remote for ages, and I was just like, I really need to call the people at that company anyways. But I'm still procrastinating. Somebody should urge me, but also if somebody urged me, I probably wouldn't do it. You did. I mean, I could probably sing it again at some point. But yeah, you did miss that one. It was a good one too. But yeah. I was low-key disappointed
At the fact that I'm not calling the aircon, like the technician, to fix whatever's gone wrong with my aircon, right? But like, picture this. I'm kind of busy and I'm not interested in being on hold for like 2 hours straight. Not gonna lie, that's what happened last time. Like, and yeah, believe me, I tried last time and it was just like they wouldn't pick up my call, and I was literally just waiting there for 45 minutes thinking, why am I on, like, literally waiting for them to pick up my call? Like, connect me to the agent. I'd like to speak to someone. Thank you. Point being, um, I should probably get it done sooner rather than later, but it's Saturday. Oh shit, I don't have time on Monday. Or Tuesday. I mean, I had time on Tuesday, kind of, but do I really have time on Tuesday, kind of? I'm not sure anymore. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. The aircon's gonna get fixed sooner or later, so I pick later for now. I will probably change my mind after the stream is done and be like, you know what, I should just get it done right now. Okay, on to the next song. It's 1,000 Years. I genuinely don't remember if I've sung this song on a stream or not, but like, it popped up and I was like, you know what, this is the best time to like sing this song again, or for the first time. I don't know. I don't remember.
Fast colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away. Standing in front of me, every breath, every hour has come through this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. All along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. One step closer. Step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000. I love you for 1,000 more.
love you for 1,000 more. 1,000 years of no aircon, you turn into a mummy. 1,000 years of no aircon because the remote is broken. Right now, what I've done is basically turn the aircon on and off through the main switch. So I just gave up on using the remote. I just like went and like turned the switch on and off. The aircon just stays on while I'm streaming, and then I turn it off once I'm done streaming, because like normally I'm just sitting in my bed, which is right like under the ceiling fan, right? But my desk is not under the ceiling fan and basically gets very little air. And considering the weather is so freaking weird these days, like I don't know what's going on, but it's like the perfect weather to one, fall sick or enjoy your life, because it's basically half of the time it's raining and the other half of the time it's bloody hot. And when I say bloody hot, I genuinely mean it. There was this one day where I woke up and it was raining in the morning, right? And it's like 7 a.m. It's raining. And I'm like, oh wow, well, how nice. I'm going to continue sleeping because it's like such nice weather, right? And I turn off the ceiling fan because I'm like, oh wow, the room is so cool. I don't need it. I wake up at like around 10 and it's so hot. Like I'm literally sweating. And I don't sweat a lot. Like normally, if I'm in like a relatively cool environment, even if I'm in like a relatively hot environment, I won't sweat that much. I woke up covered in like sweat. And I was also like, I was still like under my blanket as well. So that probably contributed to like the hot box effect that I felt. But like, it was so hot. I was just like, wow, I shouldn't have turned off the ceiling fan. That was stupid of me, you know? Dang it. It was such a weird day too. Like, I don't know what's going on, but these days, like, it's like, it suddenly starts becoming really warm at like 7 a.m. exactly, right? Like, before that, like, if I wake up at like 5, it'll be so nice and like, you know, like, it'll be so nice and like pleasant weather. Like, it's the perfect weather for a walk. Like, I could go outside and I would have a pleasant walk, like, with like this nice environment. The clouds are basically touching my face kind of feeling. 7 a.m. on the dot, it just starts becoming hotter. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's summer again. And it's October, going to be October in exactly a few hours. But my point being, it should not be hot in October. Not in the northern hemisphere. If it is hot, there's something wrong, you know? I really hate the warm weather. I've always wanted to live somewhere where it was like not pleasant weather all year round. Either it's like cold all year round, like winter cold, or it's like pleasant weather all year round, or it's just, it has so many freaking air conditioners that it doesn't matter whether it's pleasant or not. It just makes sense, you know? It just makes sense. You guys should just, yeah, agree with me because I make sense. I say this in the nicest way possible, but up until up until a year ago, I thought I would move to like a remote corner of the world where no one could reach me. And now, like, I know by like in my heart, I'm truly a city girl, right? Like, I cannot survive without the convenience of food delivery, without having going to the movies once a month. Like, it's like a thing, right? Me and my family, we go to the movies once a month. Even when I was living alone in Malaysia, I went to the movies at least once a month, if not more. But like, more was like, oh, if there's a movie that I really want to watch that's coming out. But like, I would go out to watch a film every month. Because I was just like, it's just a reason for me to step out of my room. Because if I didn't have that reason, I truly would have just slept all day, like all the time, whenever I had free time. But that's just because I was so exhausted. I normally don't do that. I don't know if there's anybody judging me, but I'm judging myself. So I think that counts. But I genuinely mean it. Like, once a month, me and my family go out for a movie. Like, a few years ago, I would go out once every month alone. I stopped doing that after like 2020 happened because there was just no way that I could go out alone. And like in 2021, I also didn't have the time to go out because I was really busy studying science. So hard. I was studying bio most of the time. I like slacked off in basically all of chemistry. I slacked off so hard that my chemistry teacher had to tell my class teacher. He like he like called my class teacher and he was like, so Mew basically doesn't attend chemistry classes and sometimes she forgets to submit homework. And I've always been like a decent student. Like I like to give my homework in. I like to be prepared. So this was the only class that I was slacking off in so hard that the teacher noticed. And I was so embarrassed of that, but I was like, I just don't want to be in this class anymore. Because it was me with like 6 other guys, and the teacher and the boys would always have like these weird inside jokes that I understood. But that was because I was just dirty minded as hell, and I was just like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of sweaty boys. Also, most of them did not like me. Like, we did not get along. So it was tumultuous, you know. And I was also like the kind of student who'd sit in the front of the class because that would make sure that I was paying attention. And I passed by the virtue of me actually listening in classes, because I would like the second year of me studying chemistry in like basically grade 11, we still had school, like, you know, it was 2019 in grade 11, and 2020 happened when my grade 12 was starting for me. So I did all of grade 12 online. What happened to my what happened to my tracking? Okay, it's back. Dang. Wow. So 2020 happens and I'm now in grade 12, right? And grade 12 is serious business because you're supposed to be giving like the national exams and shit after that. Like basically, like it's like countrywide exams in grade 12, right? Like your final exams are like the ones that you give with all the other students of the entire country. So it's all like standardized test papers, and I managed to completely bypass that. So I only had to give one practical exam that I studied so hard for that the teacher, like the examiner that came to take my like exam, because it was 2 people in my biology course for 11 and 12. And so that examiner had broken her leg on the morning of the exam. She comes with a broken leg. I kid you not. Like, she literally hobbled in and just sat down in a classroom downstairs where our labs weren't, like, you know, like it was far away from labs. Basically, the lab area was like on the terrace, and this, yeah, that is dedication right there. But she was like, there's only one student. How much work do I have to do? Because the other student got COVID and was quarantined. And I will, my classmate, right, who was studying biology with me, I low-key resent him for not letting me know that he wouldn't be, like, there for the practical exam that we were giving. And these are serious exams, right? Like, these are like, oh, the examiner comes from a different school. They have, like, a license by, like, the you know, like, for like, taking examinations for the countrywide exams, right? Like, it was serious business. And I'm there in school trying to give my exams, and I'm just like, wow, my classmate isn't here. He's just gonna miss his exam, like, low key, like, wow, like, I don't get it, but like, sure, you know, like, do whatever. And then before the exam started, I still had my phone, right? So I messaged my classmate and I'm like, oh, hey, like, where are you? Like, oh, what happened? Like, the exam's gonna start in like 15 minutes. Are you gonna like turn up late or something? And then my classmate just replies back like, oh yeah, like, I have COVID. I'm quarantined. And I was like, I have never in my life wanted to like smack somebody in the face that badly, because I had prepared an extra week. Like, I went to school straight for a week before the exam so I could do like my lab preparations every single day. And that was on the insistence of my like biology teacher, who was like, no, you guys should do it like you know, like, memorize it by heart, because apparently the teachers knew what questions were coming, so they would tell us, and then we just like practice those and not have to practice anything else. But we still practice other things because, you know, you get credit for doing the work, basically. Like, if you do enough lab hours, you get the credit for it. If you don't, well, like, sucks to be you, you know? I had to make a lab, like, file as well. Whatever. The point is, I was really pissed at my classmate, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, you piece, like, how can you, like, let me take this really important exam alone? I mean, it's not your fault, but at least let me know. Like, you know, let me prepare myself mentally, not on the, like, literal 15 minutes before the exam.
Funny thing is, because the examiner's leg was broken, she was sitting downstairs while I was doing my exam alone in the lab. Like, I could have cheated and no one would have blinked. Like, no one would have known. I didn't cheat because there was no need to. I knew everything that I was doing so well that I was basically, like, I finished the exam was 3 hours long. I finished it in 45 minutes. And then I go downstairs to show my examiner, like, the little file that you have to prepare for, like, the exam itself while the exam is going on, with all the experiments done, like showing her the results of the experiments and shit. And she's just like, wow, you finished it so fast. And I was like, yeah, you think that it would take longer if you're alone, but it actually didn't. I finished it in record time, I would say. It was so bad. Like, I wasn't nervous. I don't get nervous for exams. I was just pissed because I didn't want to give the exam alone. Like, there's two people giving an exam alone with, like, an external examiner, like an examiner coming from a different school who's, like, you know, not gonna be as nice to you as probably your school teachers are. And, like, the worst thing is my biology teacher was right there sitting next to this examiner. And she was just like, oh my gosh, Mew, you're already done? She was looking at me, like, with those eyes. And I love my biology teacher. She's great. Like, I loved her. I still love her. She's amazing. But, like, that day with the look that she gave me, I was just like, miss, you should, like, ma'am, you should know. Like, I've always been speedy when I'm, like, getting something done. I want it done. Like, I don't want to think about anything else. Something I was sort of notorious for in school was doing my exams so fast that the teachers would basically have to be like, please recheck your answer sheet. Like, please, we're begging you. Because I would finish, like, a 2-hour long exam in, like, an hour and then just sit there for an hour sleeping or something. I've done that all of my life. Like, from the moment that I started giving exams in, like, 5th grade up until 12th grade. But I managed to bypass most of the 12th grade exams except for one practical exam. But you can imagine, like, I got away with it every single time. I've gotten decent grades my whole life, so I was never, like, stressed about giving exams. But I cannot forget the day that I had to give an exam alone, and it's a practical exam, and I love practicals. Like, I love doing, like, lab work. It makes me very happy. But I did not want to give that exam alone because I was just like, dude, it's 2 people. Like, it's already so, like, it's already too little and you're making me do this alone. Like, I resent you for that. And then I went, like, after we were done with high school, right? And, like, I went to, like, a little farewell party that the school threw for us. And then after that, I decided to text most of, like, my classmates with, like, this really heartfelt message. And only a few of them really replied. And I was like, damn. This is so sad. Like, I'm not gonna be friends with any of the people I know in high school, huh? Because, like, none of them seemed, like, miffed that we were all gonna be, like, going to different cities and stuff, right? And I really took it to heart. Because I was gonna be moving countries. Like, I knew that I was gonna be moving countries, so I was just, like, hella prepared. I'm like, okay, you guys, like, I'm not gonna be able to see any of you, even if you are in the city that I normally live in. I was, like, so serious about it, and none of them responded to me at all, and I was just like, disappointing, but, like, whatever. I have better friends anyways. I spent the entirety of, like, the half of the year that I had before I had to move away, I spent that hanging out with my friends, not my school friends, but, like, my friends, normal human friends. We watched a lot of movies and had a lot of fun, but overall I just thought it was like, oh wow, I'm gonna be leaving soon, huh? And the day before I was leaving for Malaysia, one of, like, my high school classmates had texted me the week before, was saying like, oh my gosh, we should, like, meet up. I don't think they knew that I was leaving. And I was like, okay, so the day you suggested is the day that I'm leaving the country. So it's not gonna work out, but, like, maybe another day. And then they never replied to me. So I was just like, oh well, it is what it is. I'm gonna go back to singing. This little story session went on for way too long. I've been talking about my high school and school days for, like, the last 15 minutes, and I think that's a little bit too long. I'm thinking, what was I made for? See, I was going to cover this song, and it just didn't work out. So I'm singing it.
I used to float, now I made for. Taking a drive, I wasn't ideal, look so alive. Turns out I'm not real, just something you paid for. What was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. I don't know how to feel someday. Someday I might. When did it end? All the enjoyment. I'm sad again. Don't tell my boyfriend it's not what he's made for. What was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. I don't know how to feel, but someday I might. Someday I might. Think I forgot how to be happy. Something I'm not, but something I can be. Something I wait for. Something I'm made for.
Hi. Hi. Aw. I mean, I'm always up for singing in different languages. I just need a lot of time to learn the pronunciation and really, how should I say it? Thicken my skin up. Yeah. Thicken my skin up in the sense that I'm so like, I always think about pronunciation a lot because I want to be true to like however much true I can be. But I also realize that sometimes the pronunciation is hard to like, naturally, a lot of us have like accents, right? Like, depends on what kind of language you grew up speaking or what kind of languages you already speak. So like, unless you like put in a lot of effort, which is like trying to learn the language so well that like your pronunciation doesn't like it's like good enough. But like for just a song, like say, even though like I like learning languages, yeah, our mouths get used to moving in certain ways, and that's why like sometimes it's hard to get past the pronunciation barrier for like languages like Korean or Japanese. I feel like I can still do it. I might have bad pronunciation in some places, but most of the time I feel like I can get the right tone and the right like correct sounds out of my mouth. For French as well. But that's just because I was really like I was big on learning French like when I was a kid, and I watched these like, I don't know if you guys know, but there's this specific like educational video content, right? And basically the entire, like, my mom had all the discs for the specific like series of videos. It's called Muzzy, okay? And they had German and French and Spanish and English and all of that. And I remember my mom playing me the English ones for quite a long time. Like, I really liked watching those, and I was really big on watching the French one as well. So I watched the French one and the English one. I think I still, like, I think you can still find it online, not gonna lie. Like, I think if you search Muzzy on YouTube, you should be able to find it. But it's a really good language learning resource. Overall, like, if you like learn languages by watching videos and stuff, so you can see the actual practical application of it, other than, you know, doing your own, like, using Duolingo or like you like getting workbooks and stuff. But like, it's really nice to be able to hear exactly what they're saying, plus all the mouth movements and like all the words and stuff were so exaggerated because it's a cartoon, right? So it's like you see it and you're like, oh wow, I get what they're meaning, because they're not only showing you like a visual representation of the thing you're trying to learn, but they're also like demonstrating it through like different scenarios, so to speak. The storyline is also really good for Muzzy. I really like that one. I kind of want to do, look, okay, now I just had this idea, so I'm just gonna say it out loud so I don't forget. That way at least like it's set in motion somewhere, right? I want to do a stream where I just watch Muzzy and we just watch it in a different language. Like in the English one, I feel like I can low-key, like, because they have really nice music in it as well. Well, no, like, such a cute song called like it's basically like in the English version. In the English version, there's a song that the princess and this gardener boy, who's like basically your love interest, sing. I don't know why they decided to put a love interest for something like 5, 6, 7-year-olds would watch, but I watched it well into when I was 10 years old, because I was kind of obsessed with how nice it was. I clearly had way too much access to my my mom's desktop. Like I had, like, she bought me a lot of like educational games and stuff, so I would spend a lot of time playing the educational games, so much so like they were like the biggest things in my life at that point, other than books. I played the entirety of Clue Finders, grade 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, I don't remember if I had 7 or 8 or not, or if they even have grade 7 and 8, but like I remember playing grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6. So I was pretty obsessed with it until 6th grade, which is eventually when I just like didn't have access to the desktop anymore, because they like basically the desktop was gotten rid of. My mom started using a laptop, and it was not nearly as convenient as when there was just a desktop at home. But my point being, watching Muzzy, because I can, like, we should watch the English one and then we should watch it in a different language, because the English one has like such a cute song, and it's just like learning the alphabet, and they like learning vowels basically. So they go A-E-I-O-U, and it ends with I love you, and it was so cute, and I still love it so much. Like now I suddenly really want to watch Muzzy. Oh no. Why am I so encouraged to do stuff like this? I'm gonna think about that more, right? I wanna watch Muzzy, but I don't know if doing a, like, what is the point of doing it on a stream? Right? Like, yeah, I don't know what, it's like, okay, Muzzy is like this educational cartoon. It's like really old as well. I don't know how many people know about it, but my mom was really big on educational, like, TV shows for kids and games and stuff. So she bought Muzzy for me, right? And she had she had all the CDs, so like all the volumes, like the multiple storylines that they had. And I watched it in French, and I remember watching it in English, because I was terrible at English for like the first 3-4 years of my life. I don't mean when I was 3 years old, by the way. Like, by the time I was 6, I was pretty good at English because I'd started reading really a lot. And before that, I was pretty bad because I just did not put in effort. And I was like better at my other first language, which is Hindi, right? But now I'm bad at Hindi and good at English. So feel like that makes a lot of sense because I spent all of my life reading books. And I just asked my mom to give me like my grandfather's like collection of Hindi novels recently. I was like, okay, can you just get me like one or two so I can get back into like reading and like writing in Hindi again? Like, cause I was really thinking about writing a song in Hindi and I couldn't like, I was just like, I don't think I express myself well enough like with beautiful words in Hindi. Like I can do conversation easily, I can read and write and whatever, but like I don't feel like I express myself with words I want to express myself with, like fancy words that I use in English sometimes, because my vocabulary, like low-key, I know like a lot of words in both languages, but I am way better at using like English words. Part of it is I think also because of the fact that like I just was more exposed to English media. Like I stopped watching Hindi serials and cartoons and stuff pretty early on because they got boring. The storylines were really repetitive and I was getting bored, and I started watching other stuff just because, and no one stopped me, and I watched a lot of random adult shows when I was like 10 years old because there were a lot of adults in my house and no one thought it was better to like just make the kids not watch that stuff. I watched One Tree Hill when I was 10 years old. I remember watching it with one of my aunts and it was so bad. Like I don't think you should allow 10-year-olds to watch like adult TV shows even if they're just comedy. And One Tree Hill is like, nobody would let me watch Gossip Girl even though at that point most of my family was watching it. But so I just got like I don't want to watch Gossip Girl even now because I feel excluded. I don't want to watch it because it's like annoying in my head. Like the association is it's not for me. But I watched One Tree Hill, like a lot of it. And if you don't know what One Tree Hill is, trust me, you don't want to know. I genuinely mean that. It was such a weird show. I don't get it. Even now, I don't remember much of it or the storyline or anything, but I remember watching it and just being like, I don't understand, but like this is entertaining me for now. And it was a lot of adult, like 16 plus stuff basically, and a 10-year-old should not be watching 16 plus stuff, okay? I'm just saying, but they shouldn't. Maybe this is the reason why I felt like I was so old at 10 years old. But yeah, going on to the next song. I'm gonna stop talking about watching TV shows, but like that Muzzy thing is definitely happening at some point. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. I don't know what it's gonna be for or what I'm gonna do in like watching a Muzzy on stream. Like maybe it can be like a language learning stream where I learn French or German. I don't want to learn German. I wouldn't mind Spanish, but I'm more enthusiastic about French anyways, so yeah. I'm gonna sing now. Are you ready? Ha! It's time for me to take it. I'm the boss right now, not gonna fake it. Not when you go down, cause this is my game, and you better come to play. I used to hold my feet back, now I'm letting go. I make my own choice, yeah, I run this show, so leave the lights on. No, you can't make me behave. So you say I'm complicated, that I must be out of my mind, but you have me underrated, rated. What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being confident? It's time to get the chains out. Is your tongue tied up? Cause this is my ground, and I'm dangerous, and you can get off, but it's all about me tonight. So you say I'm complicated, that I must be out of my mind, but you have me underrated, rated. What's wrong with being
What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? So you sound, so you sound. Did you have me on the radar? Yeah. What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident?
Oh my gosh. I've been putting off singing the song for so long that I low-key forgot about the fact that somebody had asked me to sing it, specifically Leafy. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I was gonna sing it like 5 singing Saturdays ago, and I just didn't. And then I was like, you know what? I should probably just sing it now. It's so bad. I feel so bad for Leafy. Like, I didn't mean to delay it this long, okay? I just sort of forgot. But yeah. So overall, the song I'm confident, right? It's so repetitive that it kind of like lulls me into sleep sometimes. Like when I'm like, this is one day where I was practicing this song in the shower, right? And I was already sleepy. And like, even though the song is really punchy and like kind of wants to wake you up, I was so tired that day that I was just sort of singing it like half asleep in the shower. Mom was outside, right? Like in the room. It's like I'm in the bathroom taking a shower. She's sitting in the room and she's like, "What is my daughter doing?" And she was like, can you stop, Mew? You sound like you're dying." And she normally doesn't say that. She's really supportive, but I think I was like low-key bothering her while she was trying to work. So she was like, "Can you please chill? Like, turn off the music. Just take a shower and get out of the shower and go to sleep, I guess." Then I did it again the next day, like actually properly sing it. In the shower. This time my mom wasn't at home, so I was like being really loud. And nobody cared. Nobody does normally as well. Like I'm so like I sometimes sing in the middle of the night. Like unironically, it's become low-key and habit. Also because of the fact that my room, like right, my room is like right, like so my house, the building that I live in is like right on the main road. And it's a busy road. It's like always busy. Even in the middle of the night, it'll be like honking and stuff, right? So sometimes I have to stay up till like 2 a.m. Not sometimes. Every single time I want to record anything with my voice, I have to stay up till at least like 1 a.m. At least 12 a.m. If I like start at 12, I could probably get done by 1 or 1:30 and then sleep. So I would just do that, and I would just end up recording at like 2 a.m. in the morning. And like the thing is, my walls aren't like completely soundproof. They're like pretty good at making sure there's not a lot of sound going outside of my room, but you can still hear if I'm being loud. Like if I'm being like singing really loudly, which I do end up singing really loudly if I'm recording, because I want to make sure like my voice is heard properly and like all the little things that I'm doing are like recorded well, right? You can hear it outside of my room. You can hear it in the living room. You can probably hear it if you go to my sister's room. That's a bit of a stretch, but you know, it's loud is all I'm saying. So yeah, I I should probably stop doing that in the middle of the night. But genuinely, there's no better time because the entire day it'll be so loud with horns and sirens and just the overall the city just being like, ugh, so annoying. I dislike the city that I live in mostly because one, it's like kind of, it's really loud. At least the street that I live on, right? It's really loud, and like the public transport isn't the best. So I have to do the extra hard work of like either learning how to drive, which I low-key refuse to at this point because like I've put it off long enough where I can sort of get away with just being like, I'm not gonna learn how to drive like at least until next year, because I tried the first time and that did not go well. Okay, I mean that like in a nice way. That did not go well, genuinely. My point being, either I take the shoddy public transport, which it really is bad. It genuinely is. But the buses just, it's not, it doesn't, the metro doesn't have that much connectivity, and the buses, they're crazy. The buses are crazy. I genuinely mean that. So I've been on like the buses in my city before, and it was only like a few, like not a few times, like a couple of times that I would have to go to the dentist and I take the bus, because I was like, my mom was like, okay, you should probably just take the bus, that'll be like faster. And it was, not gonna lie, it was kind of fast. But normally, right, the buses are really crazy. I like the idea of taking the buses in my city scares me because they just do whatever they want. And I mean that. And overall, the city is just not exciting. There's nothing to do for me here. There's no interesting places for me to visit and be like, oh my gosh, how cool, right? Like, there's no cute hangout spots that I can go to and be like, wow. There are no PC cafes in my city. Not that I know of anyways. I know of one actually, but I think it's like in a very weird area. Like, not a sketchy one, just like an overall weird one. And my impression of it is just, it's filled with high school kids, and I would rather not. So even if I want to do something, can't stay out at night because the building I live in closes, like the gate, like the main door closes really fast. So I can't do anything. There's nothing good in the city I live in. It's really boring. Like, it's still fine if you've never been here. You could probably see a lot. There's like a lot of historical stuff, and I like that. But I've been there a lot. Like, I've been there multiple times for each of the little like sections of history that is in my city that I live in currently. I really want to go back to living alone mostly, but also in a place which has better public transport than the city I live in, because I like to go outside, but I don't want to go outside if I have to take a cab every single time. It's just not fun. There's no sense of adventure. It just feels like I'm going from one place to the other, you know? Okay, moving on. I'm singing Secrets by Jake next. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of learned this song like a day ago, so I might mess it up. So forgive me for that, but it's a pretty funny song. I say funny because like it's a short song. Oh, if you ever listen to this song by yourself, you'll understand.
I know all of your secrets. I can't pretend I don't. Yeah, I know all of your secrets, but I won't tell a soul. I got some dirt on you. Goody two shoes got some issues. I see my shirt on you. Your reason, but you can keep it, 'cause devil don't always wear Prada, and you stay playing tricks like that. But I know stuff, but I won't say nada. Things about me and you. I can keep the past in the past if you keep looking at me like that. And I hate that I know what I know on the low. That's for sure. Because I know all of your secrets. I can't pretend I don't. Yeah, I know all of your secrets, but I won't tell a soul.
once everything's
Oh my gosh. Oops. I ignore the ads that accidentally if they pop up because I was being lazy and I didn't download the tracks I normally do. Okay. Like I remembered last night that it was Saturday today and I was just like, at this point I don't have enough energy to download this stuff one by one so that I can sing without the ads. So like, yeah, ignore the ads or just ignore the ads, okay? Be nice to me. Yeah, the next song is like I'm Gonna Lose You. I have sung this song way too many times, like, but I don't think I've ever sung it on stream. So like, good on me, because like that means I can take advantage of the fact that I've never sung it to sing it right now, because it's a really easy song to sing, you know. So yeah, I'm so smart. I'm still dreaming in the silver and gold, like a scene from a movie that every broken heart knows. We walk in the moonlight and you pull me close. That second and you disappeared and then I was all alone. Woke up in tears with you by my side, a breath of relief, and I realized, no, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. In the blink of an eye, just a whisper of smoke, you could lose everything. The truth is you never know. Woke up longer, baby. Any chance that I get, I make the most of the minutes and love it, no regrets. Let's take our time to say what we want, use what we got before it's all gone. No, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we run out of time. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I also didn't realize that this was a demo version, so we're just gonna, yeah. Yeah. It's fine. It's still a fun song. You know, the only thing I think the thing that I'm most enthusiastic about in this specific song is the fact that I can like do like 2 different voices. Oh no, you are just in time because the last song is still left. I should say it's not 2 different voices. I'm just using like my lower range and then also like my mid range. And it feels good because like I've learned how to switch really fast. So it's like it's really easy for me to switch between those. It's like really not difficult. I used to practice this specific like technique, right, where you have to do vocal flips, basically going from one like range to a like one register to the other. So like you go from like chest to head or something like that, right? And it really helped me make sure that I can like hit the notes in whatever like range that I want, right? Like in my head voice, in my chest voice, whatever. Like it's so helpful to have like so many resources available to you. And I kid you not, I basically learned all of my techniques from YouTube. I am an avid follower of vocal coaches on YouTube because like there was this one I don't remember if her name was Felicity or Felicia, but I think she stopped posting vocal coach content and now just I think posts music stuff. But I remember her old videos being like really informative and helpful, and I remember using a lot of the techniques that she'd like highlighted because there was this one breathing technique that she used to talk about a lot, like called her elevator method. And that was like, okay, you breathe in and you imagine like an elevator going down. When you breathe out, don't imagine it coming back up. Imagine it going further down. So like you have to sort of like visualize while doing it. And I used to be really good at the elevator method, and then I lost practice, and I'm kind of bad at it now, and I'm trying my best to get back to like the practice that I sort of had. But I used to love her content because it was always so helpful. Like she used to describe all of these like techniques that vocalists use and how you can achieve them in like a safe way and how to practice them and stuff like that. And now it's like all of that I think is all gone, which makes me very sad because it was all really good, like actual worthy information. And a lot of the information you see nowadays, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of it is like very confusing. The way that Phil used to explain it used to be so straightforward and like easy to understand, even if you don't know anything about music at all. You just want to improve your voice. It was like very like it wasn't like technical, but like it was a good explanation of what you should know at some point, you know, if you're a vocalist. And it used to help me so much, and I'm so sad that it's basically all gone. I'm not sure if she like took all of the videos off or they're just like hidden behind a paywall, like you can only get access to them if you're a member now or something like that. But I remember those being like my main sources of information on like how to improve my skills when I was in like grade 8 and like grade 8 to 10, after which I have like now access to way more like vocal coaches and stuff like that. So like on YouTube, I mean, there's a lot of them. There is an abundance of them. Like I genuinely cannot imagine how many people are doing this vocal coach content because there's like so many that I know that I watch sometimes or once in a while, more like. But a lot of them don't really talk about the techniques and stuff. They just sort of like review what other artists are doing and sort of just explain it like, oh, they're using this technique and that's it. Like, oh yeah, like I can see that they're doing like they're like doing like this and that, and like it's just it's not the same. Because I remember like learning how to like do certain like a vocal fry, for example. I learned that from Fel, and I was like so grateful because like I used to be able to like I used to use it a lot in the way that I sang for like the first couple of years after I started watching Fel, and I stopped after I realized that like it doesn't need to be everywhere. But like her explanation and examples from specific like songs that probably everyone's heard, and like the way that she explained it were so like precise and easy to understand that it was just like easy to pick up on that information, which I don't think is something that every person is able to do. So I'm really sad that she doesn't do those videos anymore, and maybe she does and I'm just missing out on them because I follow too many channels at this point. I subscribe to way too many channels on my like normal viewing profile, so maybe that's an issue, huh? But yeah, it's like good stuff, it really is. I'm not sure if it's gone or not though, I'm gonna be honest. Because as far as I remember, I couldn't find it, even though I was trying really hard to look for it. But maybe it's back. Fingers crossed. You know, I can put that thought out, and hopefully it's like I can see it at some point. Because it was really good stuff, and I really loved it. And now I will sing the last song, and maybe we can keep chatting. But I would like to give my voice rest and like do shorter streams for a while before I do longer streams, like gradually increasing the intensity of how much I'm using my voice. Because let's be honest, if I don't let my voice rest, we're gonna have problems. This is my money maker right here, okay? I use this for my daily bread. My daily bread, butter, pudding, ramen, whatever you want to say, okay? But like, it's necessary. If this is what I'm going to college with, I cannot ruin it for me before I even, you know. Basically, yeah. Okay, I'm singing Same Old Love by Selena Gomez. You know, her new song came out recently, right? Called Single Soon. And I listened to it and I was just like, this is such a banger. I don't think I could sing it just because I just haven't listened to it enough. And I love Selena Gomez a lot, so like I want to do her justice, you know? Feel like it has to be good enough. I don't know what is good enough right now, so. But yeah. I love this song too though. Take away your things and go. You can't take back what you said. I know I've heard it all before, at least 1,000,000 times. I'm not one to forget. You know, I don't believe it. You left in peace, left me in pieces. So hard to breathe. I'm on my knees right now. I'm so sick of that same old love. That shit, it tears me up. I'm so sick of that same old love. My body's had enough. Oh, that same old love. Oh, that same old love. I'm so sick of that same old love. Feels like I've blown apart. I'm so sick of that same old love. The kind that breaks your heart. Oh, that same old love. Oh, that same old love. Not spending any time wasting tonight on you. I know I've heard it all before, at least 1,000,000 times. 'Cause I won't be changing too. You know, you can't believe, still can't believe it. You left in peace, left me in pieces. Too hard to breathe. I'm on my knees right now. Now I'm so sick of that same old love. That shit, it tears me up. I'm so sick of that same old love. My body's had enough. Oh, that same old love. Oh, that same old love. I'm so sick of that same old love. Feels like I've blown apart. I'm so sick of that same old love. The kind that breaks your heart. Oh, that same old love. Oh, that same old love. I'm so sick of that. So sick of that love. I'm so sick of that. So sick of that love. I'm so sick of that. So sick of that love. I'm so sick of that. So sick of that love. I'm so sick of the same old love. That shit, it tears me up. I'm so sick of that same old love. My body's had enough. Oh, that same old love. Oh, that same old love.
sick of that same old love. Feels like I'm blown apart. I'm so sick of that same old love. That kind that breaks your heart. Oh, that same old love. Oh, that same old love.
Yes. Look at us. We are done. Also, in relation to PB&Js, I've also never had them. I've never had a PB&J. I just I don't like the idea of having peanut butter. I am sorry. Am I sorry? I don't know if I'm sorry, okay? But yeah, I've never had a PB&J. I've always thought of trying it, but like that the thing is that getting a whole jar of peanut butter with the knowledge that what if no one likes it and then we can't finish it, is like a waste of money basically. I don't want to chance it on that, so I basically just haven't tried it basically. Yeah. So like if somebody makes it for me and hands it to me with the intention of like no questions asked, I would probably try it, and I probably wouldn't mind it. But the thing is, I don't I don't eat a lot of sweet foods because they make me nauseous. So I don't know. Like if somebody give me half a sandwich, I could probably eat it. A full one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of anything about eating peanut butter and jelly, okay? So we'll figure it out. At some point I'm gonna try it, and I'm probably not gonna like it just based on like past experiences with sweet foods that are put on bread. But I don't know. So we're gonna figure it out at some point. As long as it's not too sweet, I think I can probably eat it. I love how my model's mouth just opens whenever I'm like taking a sip of water, and it just looks like she just like, you know, she's saying something, but you have no idea what it is. And her face turns to the left for me. Her face turns to the left, right, for me, and yeah, and like her face just sort of makes this weird like look when I'm trying to drink water, and it's so funny to me. I just find it hilarious. I do. I love how Hex has been sitting on top of my head this whole time. I do enjoy that immensely. I really love Hex's Fugi like a lot. I think Hex as a slime is just freaking adorable, you know? Yeah, Hex has been sitting on top of my head for this basically the whole time. Let me switch back to my... Okay, we're back with the mic situation sorted. And some background music. We're gonna chat for a bit more, and then I'm probably gonna, yeah. Probably gonna end this stream in like 5 minutes. Because, yes. But yeah. They do capture your, like, state of mind really well. Yeah, pastel-y, galaxy-colored slime. I just love her for that. She really matches well with, like, everything on my screen right now. Everything you can see with the background, with, like, Mew's face. Everything goes well together. I love that. But yeah. See, my nose is itchy, and I think it's because it's, like, feeling kind of dry. And that makes me want to go wash my face and, like, put on, like, some thick moisturizer. If I, like, slack off on, like, putting on moisturizer, like, my nose starts to itch. Because it gets dry. And I know that. I don't know why I slack off on putting on moisturizer when I can just put on moisturizer. I think it has something to do with, like, the idea that I only ever, like... I like to wash my face when I'm, like, taking a shower, and I haven't taken a shower yet today, so... Yeah. Doing that if I've not taken a shower makes me feel like it's so redundant because I'm gonna have to go hop in the shower anyways. So like, what's the point, you know? And there's no point doing skincare on a dirty face, okay? I'm just saying. That's like counterintuitive, I think. So I'd rather suffer through an itchy nose for a bit and then take a shower at some point. Today, later. Not right now, because I don't think I can take a shower right now. I'm like, see, last night, right, I went out for dinner with my cousin. My cousin just invited me randomly, and I had good food, but it was so salty. And the thing is, salt makes my ears ring. I'm not supposed to have as much salt as I normally do, because I am a true talented lover of salt. Salt loves me. I love salt. That's not the point here, though. All of the food was like really salty, like extremely salty. The point where I was like thinking, is there too much salt in this? Because normally I eat a lot of salt, but that really tasted like there was too much salt. But it was good food regardless. Like it tasted really good. So I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? I don't even care. And it came back and I was like, I'm gonna have my ears ringing all night long. Which most of the night I was asleep. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and then fell asleep again at like 10 a.m. So good stuff. But I think between 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. I was just really hungry. I hadn't eaten anything. I just drank like coconut water in the middle. Wait, I think I might have eaten something. I don't remember. Oh my gosh, I love eating plain salt. But they say you shouldn't eat those, you know? Like, you shouldn't eat salt plain. Like, it's bad for your health. But, like, I used to take, like, you know when you go to, like, a restaurant, like, specifically, like, an Italian restaurant, and they have, like, oregano and, like, chili flakes? I used to take a bunch of oregano and then, like, basically, like, eat it all at once. Just dry or, like, oregano. I don't understand what the logic was, but sometimes I still think like it's such a good idea. It's just like a flavor bomb in your mouth. I low-key like it. Even now. I don't do it anymore. I just think it's so unnecessary. Plus I get really full, so why would I fill my stomach with this, you know? So yeah. So like, yeah. I'm just saying. Like, I think it's kind of self-explanatory why I stopped doing it. Because it's just too much work. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start saying bye. It's like already gonna be 5 minutes. I really enjoyed singing all of these songs today. And you guys should send me more song recs so that I can, you know, pick and choose songs for next week's stream. I can't believe we've done 20 weeks of this. Like, I've obviously been streaming for longer than 20 weeks, but, like, 20 weeks of singing 10 songs, which is, like, 200 songs in total. Probably more, because there were a few weeks where I did, like, 5. Like, there were a few singing Saturdays where I think I did 5 instead of 10. I mean, 15 instead of 10. So, I'm just saying. So, yeah. I really appreciate all the love and support. Like, I'm so thankful for it. Like, I genuinely cannot express how much I appreciate. Oh, on Discord, please somebody, yeah, I think the thread is open right now, but it's in JVKE. Yeah, hashtag Saturday Songrex. Songrex for Saturday. That's the name, yeah. So yeah, it's some good stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably earlier, considering the fact that I'm going to be watching One Piece with friends at night. I might just end up staying up all night just because, and then I might just do my stream really early because I'm supposed to go shopping with my mom tomorrow for my sister's birthday party. My sister's birthday is in a few, like literally on 3rd October, but we're having our birthday party on the 2nd. And the reason is because it's just easier. Don't ask me the logic, but I cannot take 2 days off in a row. And apparently my sister has a holiday that day. So she was like, we should just do it on the 2nd. And we were all like, sure, yeah, that works out well. You know, less work for all of us, you know? So yeah. I will see you guys tomorrow. And I'll also release my schedule for the next week tomorrow. So look forward to that, I guess. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff planned for this month. I mean, next month. I mean, October, right? Like, September's ending today. Tomorrow is October. So, yeah. I will see you guys sometime soon. Tomorrow. Bye-bye now. Mwah.